Hold on, why am I using this intro that I used back in March 2020 where it first featured on the Sony Ericsson W99510 video? Anyways, let's roll the new 2023 intro. Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to another video. And this video is mostly going to be me commentating on how I transfer the 256GB SSD from my previous daily driver Acer Travelmate P246-MG onto my also previous daily driver HP ProBook 440G1 and a 500GB from my HP to the Acer. Yes, you heard me right, transferring SSD between laptop with a different capacity. And the reason why am I doing this again is because I posted 2 videos about this and nobody cares. So because it did quite badly due to the duration of the video and also confusing, I was doing the cloning process with different storage capacity. I started doing this back in February 2022 last year, right after I bought the Acer laptop in January, and also I'm planning to transfer my 500GB Samsung A60 EVO SSD from my HP to the Acer. Without further ado, let's begin the process on how I do the cloning with different SSD capacity. So the first process that I do is wiping the Samsung SSD which I taken out from my HP, as my failing 500GB mechanical HGSD hard disk is still able to boot, as it has the original Windows 10 operating system where it originally belongs, and now currently doing some formatting with the command prompt as shown in this video to remove any partitions left on the SSD so that it won't corrupt my Windows 10 OS. As for right now, I'm not going to bore you on how I do the formatting process, and I will provide this helpful website which is linked in the video description. While my Samsung SSD is still formatting, I try to turn on my HP laptop with the mechanical hard disk installed, and to my surprise, it's still able to boot from the HDD even though it gives out the smart hard disk error splash screen while booting. But you can just continue to skip and it boots to Windows 10 normally. And I open the app called Crystal Disk E4, great tool by the way, link is in the video description. It helps to like see whether the HDD/your SSD health is either good or bad. Well, according to the Crystal Disk Info, the health status stated the drive is bad. After finishing formatting my Samsung SSD, now it's time to clone my Acer laptop which contains the 256 SSD onto the 500GB SSD using Magnetic Flag, which is, by the way, it is this cloning software which enables to transfer your Windows OS, which includes your files and stuff and your application onto another working disk. If you want to learn more about this software, which is link is in the video description, but not to worry, all those application that is mentioned on this video which is in the video description, so don't need to worry about that. After finishing cloning onto the 500GB SSD, I took apart the Acer laptop to install the 500GB SSD that I transferred already, and let's hope that it will boot from the 500GB SSD. Fingers crossed. To my surprise, it boots up perfectly fine, which I cloned just now. I test the functionality of the Acer laptop after I have cloned, and it still works perfectly fine. Well, this is a success, and one more thing to do is to reassemble back the Acer laptop, and let's move on to the HP laptop, shall we? Before I start the HP laptop, I did some minor tweaks on the Acer laptop, which includes creating a partition using an unallocated space on the SSD and opening up Crystal Disk Info just to see the health status just for fun basically. Hahaha. Well, moving on to the HP laptop, same process as the Acer, but the only difference is I had to tweak some of the partitions, such as shrinking it to be able to fit onto the 256GB SSD, and the process for the HP is a fucking mess, and I don't want to explain in detail because that part is really complicated. For now, I'm putting back the 256GB SSD onto the HP laptop.
Okay guys, it's working.
But overall, it still can boot easily after all, with the exception of those missing important partition, including a system partition, either a system partition, an MSI, also known as Microsoft Resolve partitions, a Windows partition, and a recovery tool partitions, like including which has the Windows recovery environment and stuff. And we are done, right? Well,
nope.
After I finish transferring onto the 256GB SSD, I did the partition stuff off camera, and until I did something stupid on the HP ProBook 440G1 and it no longer boots up already. In the end, I reinstalled Windows 10 again, and we are done for the HP and the Acer cloning. So after I have did this, right, I did some upgrades to the Acer on the road, right. I replaced the CD caddy with a HDD caddy, and I also replaced the battery, adding some like the privacy cover thingy, some keyboard cover, and also, as you seen in the previous video, that I downgrade my Acer to the HP because I got a new laptop. Remember to subscribe, like, share, subscribe. That's been it for this video. That's been it for the laptop saga. And let's end this video, shall we? Bye bye.